Most people over 60 wake up and immediately reach for their glasses because the world looks underwater for the first 30 minutes of the day. Everything is soft, everything is fuzzy. But here's what almost nobody realizes. That morning blur is not random. It is your eyes telling you they did not get what they needed during the night. By the end of this video, you will know the one fruit your eye doctor has never mentioned and the exact time to eat it that will change how clearly you see tomorrow morning. And I'm going to tell you something later that will completely change when you eat these, because the timing matters more than the fruit itself. If you care about staying independent and seeing clearly, subscribe to The Healthy Habit right now. Turn on notifications. I'm Dr. Gerald Mark, and I have spent 23 years working with adults over 60 on vision preservation. The single most overlooked cause of progressive vision loss in my patients is not their age. It is what they are not eating the night before. Here is what happens inside an aging eye. Your retina is made up of millions of photoreceptors. These cells capture light and send signals to your brain. But photoreceptors are among the most metabolically demanding cells in your body. They do their most important repair work at night during sleep. Most people over 60 have no idea that their nighttime nutrition is the single biggest factor determining whether their eyes actually repair themselves or slowly deteriorate. They think they're covered because they take a multivitamin or eat leafy greens at dinner. But the timing changes everything. What you eat at 6 p.m. is metabolized and cleared before your retina enters its repair window. Your eyes spend 8 critical hours in nutritional deficit. Do that night after night, week after week, year after year, and you get progressive vision loss that your eye doctor tells you is normal aging. Research published in Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science found that oxidative stress and micronutrient deficiency are primary drivers of age-related vision decline, especially during sleep cycles when nutritional support is absent. Your retina is like film in a camera. Every day it captures thousands of images. But unlike film, it has to keep working, keep repairing itself night after night. This constant work generates oxidative stress, tiny injuries at the cellular level that accumulate over time. When you're young, your body floods your retina with antioxidants that neutralize this damage. But after 60, that protection thins. If you're not actively supplying these compounds through food, your retina becomes vulnerable. Think of it like a security system. When fully staffed, threats get handled immediately. But if you remove half the guards and don't replace them, threats pile up. Damage accumulates. By morning, your eyes have aged another day without properly repairing themselves. But here's where it matters. That damage is preventable and reversible, at least in early stages. Your retina is still capable of repair. It just needs the right materials delivered at the right time. I had a patient named Margaret who came to me at 67. She had always had good vision, but for 2 years, she woke up unable to see clearly for at least an hour. She blamed her glasses. She got new ones. Nothing changed. She came to me thinking she had cataracts or macular degeneration. We did all the tests. Her eyes were structurally sound. What she had was chronic overnight nutritional deficit. She was eating well during the day, but at night she was just drinking herbal tea and going to bed. Her eyes spent 8 hours in starvation. We changed one thing: what she ate in the hour before bed. Within 3 nights, her morning vision was clearer. Within 2 weeks, the blur was almost gone. At 4 weeks, she was looking at a photograph of her grandchildren and saw their faces with perfect clarity for the first time in years. She looked up with tears in her eyes and said, "I can see them. I can actually see them." Margaret did not need new glasses. She needed to understand that her eyes were telling her what they were hungry for. There are specific fruits that contain the exact compounds your retina needs to rebuild itself overnight. Let me walk you through what matters most. First, your retina is desperate for anthocyanins. These are the deep pigments that give certain fruits their color: blues, purples, reds. Anthocyanins are among the most powerful antioxidants in nature. They cross the blood-retinal barrier and reach the cells that need them most. A study in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry followed adults over 60 for 12 weeks. The group receiving anthocyanins showed measurably improved contrast sensitivity, reduced eye strain, and faster visual recovery in low-light conditions. Wild blueberries, the small dark ones in the frozen section, contain more anthocyanins per ounce than almost any other food. 1/3 cup, eaten 45 minutes before bed, gives your retina what it needs during the repair window. Here's the pro tip most people miss. Lightly freeze your blueberries, then thaw them gently. That freeze-thaw cycle breaks down cell walls and dramatically increases bioavailability. Your body can actually access more of what's inside. Same fruit, dramatically better delivery to your eyes. Do not combine them with dairy. Calcium blocks absorption. Eat them with walnuts or a teaspoon of flax oil to enhance uptake. This is nutrient synergy. Second, your macula is the central part of your retina, responsible for sharp, detailed vision. It is literally made up of zeaxanthin. If you want sharp vision, fine detail, and the ability to recognize faces clearly, you need zeaxanthin arriving every single night. Goji berries are among the highest natural sources of zeaxanthin on the planet. 2 tablespoons of dried goji berries, soaked in warm water for 10 minutes, eaten 30 minutes before bed, delivers zeaxanthin directly to your central vision tissue. Pair them with dark chocolate at least 85% cacao, because flavonoids in cocoa enhance zeaxanthin absorption. This is nutrient synergy. A study in Nutrients found that adults who consumed goji berries 5 days a week for 90 days showed increased macular pigment density. No participant showed disease progression. You slept 8 hours. You woke up exhausted. Your eyes feel like sandpaper. If that's you, this one is specifically for you. That tiredness is often retinal hypoxia. Your eye tissue is not getting enough oxygen during sleep. You can sleep a full 8 hours and still wake up with heavy, fatigued eyes. Red dragon fruit contains betalains that support nitric oxide production in your blood vessels. Nitric oxide widens capillaries, including the tiny ones feeding your retina. Half a red flesh dragon fruit, bright pink inside, not white varieties, eaten about an hour before bed, supports better oxygen delivery during sleep. A 2022 study in Frontiers in Aging Biology reported that participants consuming red dragon fruit extract for 6 weeks showed improved ocular circulation and reduced morning eye fatigue. Chew the black seeds. They contain omega-3 fatty acids, supporting retinal nerve health. Swallowed whole, you lose that benefit. And I want to save this final point for last. The problem nobody talks about is glycation. This is when excess blood sugar binds to proteins in your eye tissue, gradually clouding your lens and damaging your retina. It's silent. It's progressive. It's one of the primary mechanisms behind cataracts. Papaya contains papain, an enzyme with anti-inflammatory and protein-modifying properties. It also delivers vitamin A, C, and folate nutrients directly linked to tear film stability and retinal protection. A 2023 study in Clinical Gerontology found that older adults consuming papaya in the evening showed lower glycation markers, stronger tear production, and measurable vision improvements within 6 weeks. 1 cup of ripe papaya at room temperature about an hour before bed protects against glycation. Never eat it cold. Cold suppresses enzyme activity. Take it out 30 to 60 minutes before eating. Squeeze lime juice over it. Vitamin C enhances vitamin A absorption. Drop a comment right now. Which of these fruits are you trying tonight? I read every single one. Working with patients on this exact issue, I put together something called the Night Rebuild. Choose 1 fruit: blueberries, goji berries, red dragon fruit, or papaya. 1 fruit. Get comfortable with it, then add another if you want. Pair your fruit with 1 fat source, walnuts, flax oil, or dark chocolate to enhance absorption. Pick one and use it every time. Eat 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Not earlier, not later. That's when your retina enters its deepest repair phase. This is the master key that ties everything together. 3 elements. Done consistently, they become the difference between waking with blurry vision and waking seeing clearly. Now, here's how to execute this starting tonight. Get the right version. Wild blueberries in the frozen section are cheaper, last longer, and have more antioxidants than fresh. Dried goji berries from the bulk section, red flesh dragon fruit from your grocery store or Asian market, ripe papaya that yields slightly to pressure. Add one synergy partner, a handful of walnuts, 1 teaspoon of flax oil, a square of 85% dark chocolate. Pick one. Set your time. Figure out when you go to bed. Count back 90 minutes. That's when you eat your fruit. Set a phone reminder. Make it automatic. Monitor what changes. Over 2 weeks, pay attention to your morning vision. Is it clearing faster? Is the blur less pronounced? Are your eyes less tired? You will notice something. Anthocyanins from wild blueberries combat oxidative stress and restore your eye's natural protection. Zeaxanthin from goji berries protects your macula and prevents degeneration. Betalains from red dragon fruit improve oxygen delivery to retinal tissue. Papain from papaya protects against glycation. But none of this works without the window. 60 to 90 minutes before bed, that is when everything on this list becomes medicine. Most people your age will scroll past a video like this without a second thought. They'll wake up tomorrow with the same blur. But you watch this all the way through. You're now genuinely different because you understand something about your body that most people never will. That changes what tomorrow morning looks like for you. Think about the last time you woke up and immediately saw clearly. No squinting, no waiting for your eyes to focus. How long ago was that? That clarity is not gone. Your eyes are still capable of producing it. They just need one thing, the nightly nutrition that lets them rebuild themselves. You deserve to see clearly. You deserve to read without strain. You deserve to drive at night without fear. You deserve to look at the people you love and see every detail with absolute clarity. That starts with one piece of fruit, tonight. Think of one person in your life right now. Someone over 60 who has mentioned blurry vision. Someone who squints at menus. Share this video with them, not because you want them to subscribe, but because you genuinely care about their independence. That's real love. If this landed with you, hit the like button. Subscribe to The Healthy Habit so you never miss what comes next. Turn on notifications. Here's my closing question. Which fruit are you eating tonight? And what's the first thing you want to see clearly when you wake up tomorrow? Small habits, done consistently, are the most powerful medicine your body will ever receive. I'm Dr. Gerald Mark. Build one healthy habit today, and I'll see you in the next one. One more thing before you go. At your next eye appointment, ask your doctor, are there any signs of early glycation, macular degeneration, or retinal stress I should be monitoring? Watch for warning signs. If you notice a sudden dark spot in your central vision, a sudden shower of floaters, vision loss in one eye, or sudden blurring that doesn't clear, call your eye doctor immediately. Everything we discussed today is preventive and supportive. It's not a substitute for professional care when something changes acutely. Everything I have shared today is for general informational purposes only, based on published research and clinical observation. It is not a personal diagnosis, and it is not a substitute for care from your own doctor. Please consult your physician or a qualified healthcare provider before making any changes to your medications, diet, supplements, or health routine.